Michelle today.
Okay, we're live.
Okay, we're good to go.
So they're looking October and November.
Okay, good, good. All right, we'll open this planning commission meeting for April 14th, 2026 at 6:31 PM. Before we get started, is there any public comment? Okay. First things first, the approval of last meeting's minutes. We had a chance to review.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion made,
A second.
second, ayes?
Aye.
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 Sorry,
Are you a little
distracted.
distracted?
Paperwork, yeah.
Okay.
I read it once at home, but I'm reading it again.
All right, this is a public hearing for Two Farms Incorporated seeking conditional use to allow for the operation of two businesses on one parcel located at 12643 Rock Road, parcel number 530-10.00-58.04. Property is currently zoned highway commercial. Do we have representatives for this? Would you like to speak for the record?
Well,
If you would just stand up and give your name for the record.
Right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, you can pull that podium out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. Or
Just brief explanation of what you're doing
State your name.
and your name.
Daniel Bauer,
Hmm?
and so what I'm doing over there is selling storage sheds and pile of furniture.
Okay,
And yeah, we would just like to try it, and that's, yeah,
okay, so you're leasing from Two Farms?
we are leasing from Two Farms.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Unless you have anything further to add, I don't think, unless somebody here has any questions?
I had asked him, and they plan to be open every day except Sunday.
Okay,
Okay, so,
I did bring up to his attention, and we discussed it. The location is you got Rock Road here.
mm-hmm.
It's actually Fire Hall Lane where they go in.
would be his entrance.
Yeah, but that property
That's probably a
address,
better question to ask him.
Oh, we
Yeah.
talked
He
about, we talked.
did not know that.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that
Be in the record.
that property address is Rock Road.
right, but he comes
You're
in.
using the other entrance.
I think what you need to do is ask the applicant those questions so it's in the record.
Okay. Are you okay with, instead of putting the Rock Road, put it as Fire Hall Lane? Or what, would you rather keep it as what it is stated?
I mean, I'd rather have it on Fire Hall Lane.
So that
Well,
would be the post office.
that's a post office. That's a 911 addressing issue, not a town of Greenwood issue. That's something the applicant has to go through, that rear of the parcel. What happens is, this is, as I see it, is all one parcel. It's not been subdivided.
Mhm.
So because of that, 911 has only given it the Rock Hall, the 12643 Rock Road address. They don't give a 911 address for Fire Hall Avenue.
Okay.
Now, if you want to ask the applicant if he plans to access the property from Fire Hall Avenue, you could do that, and that's probably an appropriate way to go. But as far as control over the addressing,
Right,
the
okay,
applicant has no control over that.
okay. I know he uses Fire Hall Lane
Yes.
to bring his buildings in and out.
I think what you may know, and that's fine, but we have to build a record, so the trick, you should ask him that question.
Ask him to give you the answer you already know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are you planning on using the entrance on Firehouse Road to bring in your buildings and have your customers enter
Yes.
and exit?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't understand, I'm sorry.
And it is an existing soft entrance.
Mhm.
Is that right? It's existing software?
Yes.
Which he has, or somebody, put down some stone and so forth.
It's been freshened up.
Yeah.
The only other question that was brought up by one of the other members was at certain times, there is a lot of traffic that used to park on the edge of that field. Typically during voting and during election cycle. Voting happens at the fire hall and it gets very congested right there. You might wanna just be aware and maybe talk with the fire department about, during those times. Cause people are used to parking in that field when big town things happen.
Yes,
It's been an available piece of property for a long time.
right.
So that's just something to be aware of. And the
School
school parks in
For
there
all
sometimes,
functions.
yeah. So it's been a kind of default overflow parking for a lot of events. So
Right.
that's just something to just talk with your neighbors about.
Sure.
And if it happens during the day when you're open,
Mhm.
that would be a problem for a business, for
Yes,
your
so-
customers to be able to,
So actually, on the entrance, there is a gate
Mhm.
yes,
that I will actually close and lock when we're not there.
okay.
Okay,
I did give the fire hall that combination if they have to use it,
okay,
but
Cool.
they're the only ones that have it.
okay, cool. I think that's the issues that we had. Is there any issue from council?
Yeah, I've got several questions here, just wanna make sure we go through the standards with the applicant for a conditional use. Now, just so, because we don't have much in the record, I wanna make sure that we've established a record. The property that fronts, the part of the property that fronts on Rock Road, there's a building on that right now. My understanding is that's a gift shop, is that correct?
I believe so,
Okay, but, so there's another business on,
yes.
on that
It
same
is,
parcel?
on that same tax parcel map,
Okay.
there it is.
And you're gonna be leasing the rear part of that, which is approximately 2.4 acres, is
Yes, sir.
that right?
Yes, sir.
And you're planning to use that for the sale of storage sheds and furniture, I believe was your
Yes.
testimony, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to be able, is there room to screen your uses from other uses of neighboring properties or have a buffer there?
Say that again?
So one of the things in the code is that you have to demonstrate that, or that there's area for you to screen your uses from the other uses on the property or have a distance between them.
Yes,
So how far away are your sheds and your use gonna be from the existing gift shop on the property?
I mean, how accurate do you need it? I mean, I'm not sure. I can give you a rough
It's quite a
answer on
ways.
that. It
Okay.
could be like 50 feet or it could be 75 feet.
I understand you're probably gonna be
Quite a
moving your
ways.
sheds on and off the property as they're
Yes.
sold, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
How far do you anticipate your storage sheds and your display being from the edge of the property line?
At least 35 feet,
Okay.
yes,
And that's from all roads
Yes.
there?
yes,
All right, because we, wanna make sure one of the things there is the effect on traffic.
right.
Is it your position that this won't have any adverse effect on pedestrian or vehicular traffic? What are your hours of operation?
Monday through Friday from 9 AM to 4 PM. Saturday, 8:30 AM to 1:30 PM.
And then, is there, let's see here, is there going to be, any permanent structure put on the property, like an office or, something there that would be used for the business part of it?
There is an office there, but I really wouldn't call it permanent because it can be moved off again. We just set it on the ground on a stone pad.
How big is it?
It is a 10 by 20.
So that would be where, like, if a customer came in to purchase it, you'd make arrangements, I presume they may need pickup or arrange for delivery,
Yes.
so that's where you would have that
Yes.
kind of paperwork.
Yes. Okay.
But that building is movable, is there gonna be any restroom facilities or anything like that with that structure?
Well, not in the structure, but we have a portable on site.
Okay, so you have a portable potty or something
Yes.
along those lines?
Yeah.
All right. How many employees do you anticipate being on site at a given time?
Just one.
And if we're going 35 feet, it'll be, I just wanna make sure I'm right, probably 35 feet away from the gift shop, 35 feet from 13 north, 35 feet from 13 south, and 35 feet from Fire Hall Avenue.
Yes.
Is that safe to say we're being within those
Yes.
parameters?
Yes, sir, yes.
Have you had any discussions with the owner of the gift shop to see if there's any issues there that they may have with this?
I have not.
All right, but you're not aware of any concerns that they may
No,
have?
sir, not at this point.
And I know some of the commission members asked you about, you know, the parking issue with overflow from the fire hall and other community events. So I note that, do they have an easement or a license agreement to use that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right. All right, I don't think I have any further questions at this time, Mr. Chairman, but I don't know if that spurs any additional questions from the commission or any of.
There's only one thing that, and it's just a note, there are lights on that property. The power comes from the gift shop.
Okay,
She had them shut off because that field was vacant.
okay,
So that might, she
okay.
didn't want to be paying for the power for all of that.
Right.
So that's just something I know personally.
Okay, that's good to
So
know.
if you want to get those turned on, you will need to speak with her
Okay,
and probably chip in towards the electric.
sure.
So
Fair enough. Who has the power? Is it DEC or Delmarva Power?
Delmarva Power, yeah.
Okay.
Just for a question for Mr. Chairman, do you plan to have any lights or loudspeakers or anything like that on the property?
Not loudspeakers, but I wasn't sure about lights myself. I would like to get those lights working, especially in the nighttime.
Are you looking for like security lights that you
Yes.
could have on there?
That's what's existing. There are security lights on poles out there.
So you would use the existing lights? Thank you, Mr. Chairman, that was all I had.
That's the only questions I have. Do you have anything?
No, that,
Do you? Okay. I'm glad to see that field used. I'm glad to see some more business in town.
Took away from the fire.
Well, Mr. Chairman and Commission, before we start
Yes.
making comments about the application, you might want to see if there's anybody here for or against. Just
Okay.
any additional
Yes.
comments.
Well, actually, I had already asked for public comment, because I like to do that beforehand.
Well, I think we were doing that for general comment, wasn't it?
Is there any other public comment for this particular conditional use? Okay. If we can get a motion,
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like, I have one I've written up that we perhaps could use as a
Okay.
recommendation. I could recite it, and if somebody wishes to adopt it, they could.
okay,
I will note that one of the things that the commission could do is impose conditions on the use. We have heard about hours of operation, how
Mhm.
far the buildings are gonna be from the property lines. I don't know if the commission was inclined to adopt any of those as conditions.
well, the setbacks are required by Del Dot. So that's not even part of us. They have a 30-foot setback off the highway.
The setbacks these are town setbacks, so they're
But
gonna have to be.
13 north and south is not under our control.
Yeah, but the property is in the town, so we do have control over that.
For Rock Street and for fire. But the 13 is
13
under state control.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the property itself is in the town limits.
Mm-hmm.
So it is subject to town zoning setback requirements.
Yes, it is.
The entirety of that property.
but you wouldn't be able to deviate from what the Del Dot says.
Well, we're gonna focus on what the town's setback requirements are. The applicant's proffered that he's gonna have those things no closer than 35 feet from any property line. I don't know if the commission wanted to incorporate that into the condition or not. You don't have to, but it was
Well,
something that was proffered.
let's see what you have, and we'll see if there's any adjustments.
All right, so here would be a proposed motion, if anyone wished to adopt it, certainly you may. Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend approval of conditional use application for Two Farms Inc. for the two businesses on the same parcel based on the record made at the public hearing and for the following reasons. The applicant seeks a conditional use permit to operate two businesses on the same parcel. The portion of the property fronting on Rock Road is currently used for a gift shop, and the rear portion of the property consists of 2.4 acres more or less and is vacant. The applicant proposes to utilize the rear 2.4 acres of the parcel for a shed and furniture display and storage, and the conditional use is required due to the additional use on the lot. The property is in highway commercial, and the proposed additional use is a permitted use in the HC district. The property is a large parcel consisting of 3.4541 acres more or less. The proposed use will have a separate access from Fire Hall Avenue. There are commercial uses in the area, and the use is compatible with those uses. There is sufficient area to screen the use from other uses. Use will not significantly detract from the permitted uses in the district. The proposed conditional use provides for the general convenience and welfare, and no parties appeared in opposition to the application.
In regards to screening, distance is sufficient screening, correct?
It'd be a buffer.
So it's not on him to put up a fence or trees or anything else like that?
If the commission wanted to put that on there, you could do that. It
No,
just
I
says
did not.
Yeah, it just says here, there is sufficient area to screen the conditional use from adjacent.
Okay, so there is no requirement.
Just that there's the area to do that.
Okay, so as long as he maintains the 35 feet all the way around, that is sufficient.
So we could put that as a condition, the 35 foot around the buffer for no storage of sheds or outdoor for the furniture within that 35 foot buffer.
Okay, is that what you understood?
Yes.
Okay, then that's fine.
And you're comfortable with that?
Yeah,
Good.
okay, we agree.
Does someone wish to adopt what I stated as a motion with the condition about the 35 foot buffer on all sides?
Yeah, as long as we did make it clear, I agree with you. We don't want to tell him he's gotta put trees up or,
There's no requirement in that
Okay.
motion for that.
yes, I will adopt the way it is written there.
I'll second.
Ayes?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. All right, I need another motion
To adjourn.
to adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you, good.
You can go right
wishes.
out that door, it's open.
Good wishes with everything you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It looks nice the way you have it arranged.
Yes.
Good
so-
job.
And what's going on tomorrow night, your voting?
Tomorrow night will be a public hearing before the council. So the commission on a conditional use only can make a recommendation to council.
Yeah.
So we've had a public hearing tonight.
Okay.
The recommendation that council has made, which is the motion that Ms. Patterson set forth, that will be presented to council. There's a public hearing tomorrow night at which you or someone on your behalf should be here to answer questions to council. Again, there'll be the opportunity for the public to speak for or against it.
Okay.
And then council will have an opportunity to deliberate and vote on it if they wish to tomorrow night.
Okay. And at the same time?
I believe so.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. And do we have a motion?
To adjourn.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Aye?
Aye.
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 Close this planning meeting for February 10th, 2026 at 6:50 PM. Thank you.
Thank you.